up.
The first thing I want you to do is to polish that plate with that copper, that copper plate with clean white rag.
Okay.
Just buff it real hard.
Yeah.
You can't wear it off. It's been deeply etched.
Okay.
And it'll always have a little oxide on it.
So we're just removing the oxide?
Yeah, you just look at the rag and you see how much is on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And first proofs are usually not the best.
Okay.
Okay, that should do it.
Okay.
Now, you want to use color or you want to use black and white?
Let's try a little color.
Okay. There's the black in the middle, and we have sanguine on the on my left and violet on the right. I mix the two, I get cinnabar.
Like that.
Now we can use it straight, or we can modify it with a little oil. We can put one of the like this Miracle Gel Reducer. It's kind of nice, makes it easy, or a drop of that, whichever, but not both of them.
Okay, we'll just try a little Miracle Gel. Is this going to thin the ink out?
Yeah, it makes it easier to wipe.
Okay.
They call it Easy Wipe by another company.
You should just take a little?
Oh yeah, like a grain of wheat. Yeah.
Okay. Just start mixing that in?
Yep. Now take one of those cardboard chips and a plate and scoop up a little and start spreading it around on the plate.
Okay. A little thicker than that?
Just want to work it into the textures. That's good.
Okay. So this plate was acid engraved, right?
Acid etched.
Acid etched.
Actually, ferric chloride.
Okay.
Never use any acid.
Okay.
In there.
To the clean corner here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just kind of daub it and smack it and daub it and smack it, and sort of pound the ink into the texture. Yeah. Okay, now move it. It's pretty warm now, so move it over to the sticky pad there and dump it on the sticky pad.
There we go.
Now the wiping action you've done before with dry paint?
I've done a little bit, yeah.
And you just kind of dance around on it lightly and get the feel for it. I kind of fluff and puff out it, just kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
You get a feel, and everybody has their own style, but you're doing it right.
So it's just a slow process of removing ink. You don't want to.
This is kind of preliminary. You're really just getting it distributed evenly, kind of bringing it down to where there's just a tone on the plate. And then you're going to go to what we call I call a paper wipe.
Okay.
Telephone book pages.
Okay.
And see if you should be able to the paper should just lay down on there.
Yeah.
And move it around with your glove. Your glove should be sticky enough.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of tricky because sometimes if there's a lot of tone a lot of tone or oil on the plate, it sticks to the paper and won't move. Then you might warm it or just kind of deal with it, but it might mean that you'd had to go back to your tarlatan and get more tone off.
So I'm just kind of letting it float across the top there gently. Not too much pressure?
That's right, not too much pressure.
Okay. A little bit. These edges. Okay.
And
this area that I'm not real familiar with.
But hand wiping is. Have you ever done hand wipe?
I haven't.
Okay,
no.
It's real tricky. You're going to use this part of your hand.
Okay.
And it's sweaty, right?
Okay,
It's been in a glove and everything.
Yep.
Your little talcum powder.
Yes.
Oops. And a little talcum on the heel of your hand, and then kind of wipe off the extra powder. You don't want to get the ink full of powder.
So just a little bit of.
That's right.
There. Okay.
And then you brush as light as you can. You're barely going to touch it. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can feel it. I definitely feel a little sticking or dragging.
And you look at your hand. You got a little bit of tone on your hand.
Yep. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more powder there.
The next thing you're going to do is clean off the edges.
Okay.
So as soon as you feel like you want to print it, see how it's going?
Yeah.
Then just clean off the edges. Then we'll be ready to set up the pressure.
Okay.
I want to quickly go over the pressure settings on the Mini Halfwood Press. First thing you do is tighten it all the way down, tighten the top roller all the way down to the bed. And then back off. That assures you that it's parallel, that the roller's level with each other. And then back off maybe 10 half turns. Try to keep it even. And if you can't keep it even or you're not sure it's even, you have little rulers on the side where you can look at numbers and get the comparison that way. Once you've got the roller up, then it's easy to put the blankets underneath the roller and then tighten it back down. For the plate we're using today, which is 22 gauge copper, just take it all the way down to its thumb tight. How do you explain that? But it's pretty tight. And you're ready to go. That's all there is to pressure setting. Okay, we've got the pressure all set. You might want to take a piece of paper and warm up the plate just briefly.
Okay.
You don't want to cook the plate because
okay.
the ink could actually cook into the lines and then not be good.
Just warm it up just gently here.
Yeah, you should be able to pick it up, the plate by itself, and carry it. It's not so hot that it's going to burn you. It's nice and warm?
It's warm, yeah.
Okay.
Warm.
And place it in the middle.
Okay.
Ready. Paper's over there in the water.
Okay.
Been soaking for 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
It's arched cover. And I've got blotters there at your elbow.
Okay.
There's 2 sheets in there, so you want to pull it apart and leave one of them in the water.
Throw one down there. You have a little weight here to keep the paper submerged?
Yeah, there's a little glass sheet to keep the weight.
Stack the blotter over the top?
Yep.
Okay. Just
pat it and thump it dry. Might have to flop it over. You don't want any water sheen, wetness on the surface. You want it just to be dull.
Looks like we got rid of all the sheen.
Okay. And the oil is still warm. Oil cools very slowly. Plus it's just a plastic bed, so it's not going to cool off too quickly.
Okay. So we just get this centered up on here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There. Okay.
Yep.
Then do we bring the blankets down or just start?
You can leave them and just start cranking.
Okay.
Now there's something called a moment number. Do you know about that?
You've talked a little bit about kind of capturing time and place.
Yeah, well this is when you do it. You write it on the back.
Okay.
And today is 11th month of the 10th of 2010, and it's 1432. So the 1432 is the last part of the moment number, moment it was printed.
Excellent. And there we have it. Nice little bit of plate tone.
Uh-huh. That color is called sanguine.
Sanguine.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, there it is. Our first print off of this number 69.
69.
Right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very interesting.